Hola, ¿qué tal? Hello, welcome to the channel where we want you to be happier traveling throughout the Iberian Peninsula with the help of our videos and of our self-guided walking tours. And welcome to a new session of questions and answers. A quick summary of how these Q&A videos work. You have a question for us. If you want a quick answer, find a video related to the question, fire away, and within a day you will get an answer as we attempt to reply to all incoming questions every 24 hours. But if you cannot find a video related to your question or are not on a rush, leave your question at the commentary box below, down below here, and we will reply to it on the next Q&A session. The next session, by the way, is due to air at the end of May. So without further ado, let's get started with your questions. I am reading your questions on a prompter I have on my camera. The first one is from Flip in Cannes. I would love to know your recommendation on how to get to Cabo da Roca and Ursa Beach from Sintra by bus. Also how to get back to Sintra. Thank you. Local bus line 1253 will take you to Cabo da Roca, departing from Sintra and also back to Sintra. The line is operated with small buses and on busy days they can be really crowded. If you get off the bus before reaching Cabo da Roca, you'll get to Ursa Beach after a 15-minute walk. As an alternative, ride-sharing services Bolt or Uber will take you to Cabo da Roca from Sintra. Mike wants to know, hi Tony, we've confused about the notification on our train line tickets, indicating our tickets are good for Combinado Cercanías up to 4 hours prior to departure and after arrival. If we go to Madrid, can we use this to go from Chamartín station to Puerta del Sol on the metro? Hi Mike, we have a video on the channel where we explain how you can use the Combinado Cercanías, valid only for the trains, not for the metro. You will find a link to the video on the first comment below this one. We are going to put links to all the resources we mentioned along the Q&A session on the first comment below. So you will be able to travel between stations but with the train, not the metro. Jensen, hola Tony, Cecilia, hola Jensen. Jensen here from Manila. Me and my family are traveling to Spain in June. At the same time, my mama wanted to visit the Our Lady of Lourdes in Lourdes, France. We know trains, free changes, bus, planes or private car are the options to get to Lourdes. If by train, are the next trains we take in each exchange just in the same terminal and just walk to another platform? We are afraid we might miss the next train. If by airplane, will taking plane from Barcelona to Paris be better? Perhaps stay there for 2-3 days, then take a local train from Paris to Lourdes in the morning and return back to Paris in the evening? I am sorry for the many questions. Thank you in advance so much. You can ask as many questions as you want. Jensen, we don't cover France on the channel, but if we had been to Lourdes, we would happily share our experience with you, but we haven't, so there isn't any first-hand experience we can share with you on that topic. I believe you will change trains within the same station, just go to another platform. But makes no sense to go to the whole way to Paris to then travel south to Lourdes. If anything, travel to Toulouse and then take the direct train to Lourdes. But you might have to spend the night in Toulouse, we just don't know, depends on the connecting times. DT, hi Tony, I'm planning a trip to Lisbon, Portugal and then to Porto. How do you validate train tickets for Alfa Pendular and for urban trains? Hello DT, for Alfa Pendular trains you don't need to do any validation, just make sure you have a valid ticket with you. Board the train, take your seat, and sometime during the trip a ticket inspector will come and check your tickets. In Lisbon, if you take a local train, you need to validate your trip when you enter the initial station and when you leave your destination. And we presume it is the same in Porto, but you are unlikely to use many trains in Porto. Eric, hola Tony, my wife and I will be traveling through Andalusia in early April. I plan to drive from Malaga to Seville, train from Seville to Cordoba, and train from Cordoba to Granada. I cannot find a train from Granada back to Malaga. Is it easier to rent a car and drive instead of taking a train back to Malaga? Gracias for your help. Hi Eric, there are fast trains from Granada to Malaga. The tickets weren't probably in the system when you checked for them. Try again because that would be the easiest way of getting from one city to the other. Answer Sam, hello Tony, thank you for all your valuable videos. Have a question that I would like to receive a quick response if possible. I placed a hotel reservation in Cordoba for my upcoming trip to Spain in fall. I received an email from the hotel, or at least that's how it looks like, requesting that I provide to them a photo of my passport and some additional information. Is this a normal procedure or should I be worried about my data security? They are saying that they need this due to a Spain law effective on December 2024, which seems to be the royal decree, blah, blah, blah. However, my understanding is that the decree is requiring collecting information once the service is offered, that is, during the check-in process. I'm worried about this hotel requirement because life happens, and if for some reason I won't be able to arrive to the hotel, they will have my personal data without even providing a service at all. Thank you for your attention. Answers, and it is true that hotels are required to collect the data they are requesting from you. They could do that at the time of check-in, but to streamline their operations and avoid delays, they are requesting guests to provide the information in advance of their arrival. If you are worried about the safety of your information, tell them you will gladly send them all the details of your passport they need, but that you are not going to send them a copy of the passport. Or send them a copy of the passport and place a huge, for hotel registration purposes, text over it, making sure it doesn't hide any information. Or you could check in one day before your arrival, or you could check in at the hotel. It won't make any difference. Vasanta wants to know when is the best time to take tram 28 in order to avoid pickpockets. We believe you're talking about Lisbon. Pickpockets are at their best when the tram is crowded. So if you take it first thing in the morning, chances are the risk will be lower. But you always need to be in guard against pickpockets, whether at tram 28 or elsewhere. Don't miss the video we recorded on the topic, link below this one. And the next question is from John. Hi, thanks for your videos on leaving the airport, the Madrid airport, very thorough and helpful. After spending 3 days in Madrid, we plan to take the Ouigo train to Alicante. Do you know if it's possible to purchase by credit card some type of a multi-card in Alicante, perhaps at the train station, to use to ride buses or other transport in Alicante? A few days later, we plan to take an intercity train from Alicante to Valencia. Do you know if it's possible to purchase by credit card some type of a multi-card in Valencia, perhaps at the train station, to use to ride buses or other transport in Valencia? Thanks much, John. Hi, John. In the case of Alicante, there is a card called Mobilis with a cost of €2 where you can load credits for your trips. You can buy it at many points of sale in the city. Ask your accommodation for advice on the closest one to you, and you should be able to pay for them with a credit card. In Valencia, there is also a transport card with the same name, Mobilis. If you need any help, reach a tourist office at either of the cities where they will explain to you the details of how the cards work. Be also aware that depending on the location of your accommodation and the length of your stay, you might be better off buying single transport tickets. White Wave 16. Hi again, thanks for your videos. In Spain, are cars using manual transmission or automatic transmission? What is the majority? Thanks. The majority are manual, but many car rental companies will allow you to book automatic transmission vehicles. Have a look at the recent video we published in the channel with tips for car rental in Spain and Portugal. Among other things, we talk about manual and automatic. Mando Addict has a question. I will be visiting Madrid, Bilbao, Zaragoza, Barcelona, Valencia, Toledo, returning to Madrid in September, October in that order. I hope to take trains from each city starting in Madrid. How early should I get my train tickets? Should I get all the tickets at the same time? Thank you, I really like your videos. Hello, as we have repeated umpteenth times, including our most recent videos on mistakes you should avoid on the high-speed train in Spain, if you want to grab the best fares, you should buy your tickets as soon as they go on sale. But unfortunately, they don't go on sale at the same time. It depends on the specific itinerary and also on the company. Some companies make their tickets available 8 months in advance. Others wait till much closer to the trip date. You will have to keep checking and buy them as they appear on the system. The train line is the website we recommend for the purchase of high-speed train tickets in Spain. Andrew wants to know, hi Tony, thank you so much. Your Barcelona videos were so helpful. I'm planning to visit Montserrat and would like to go up the mountain riding the Cog Railway and return on the cable car. Do any of the passes allow that combination? Hi Andrew, we take you are referring to the Trans-Montserrat and the Tot Montserrat passes that allow for some savings on the visit to Montserrat. Unfortunately, none of the passes allow you to mix modes of transport. Either you go up and down on the train or on the cable car. If you want to use both transports, you will have to buy the tickets separately. Or you could buy a pass and then buy a one-way ticket on the Cog Railway or on the cable car. And a final recurrent question related to the introduction of ETIAS, a travel pre-authorization. Non-European travelers will need to enter Europe in the future. There is a true YouTube industry churning out videos on ETIAS non-stop. Channels that feed on the fear they can transmit to their followers. You probably know we've always stated we will only report fully on ETIAS when it is in operation. Well, the good news is that the introduction of ETIAS has been postponed once again, and we now know it will not happen before the second half of 2026, and chances are that date might be postponed again. And ETIAS brings an end to our current Q&A session. Before ending the video, we wanted to tell you something that YouTube veterans are probably familiar with, but that many people don't know. When content creators like ourselves upload a video to YouTube, almost immediately it becomes outdated. The prices we mentioned go up. A restaurant we recommend closes its doors. I don't know if you knew this, but it's not possible to update a video that has already been published. Therefore, what we systematically use in this channel is the commentary box. More specifically, the first comment fixed below the video to inform about updates, changes, and other important information. So never fail to take a look at the first comment below the video, at least on this channel. Our next video with questions and answers at the end of May 2025. In the meantime, make the most of our videos and commentary boxes where every day we reply to your incoming questions. Happy travels through Spain and Portugal.